They took us to, there is a room for the SA Ravi. So they, on the first floor, he has a room, I think in one of his office. So they took us there, and that officer, he warned us, when he told me, when your wife gets well, don't stay in India, get out of India. So who knows, next time if another officer, instead of me now I'm here, that's why I'm releasing you. So if there is another officers, who know who they throw you in some place in Myanmar and you have to search for your family all your life. Where are they? Where are they? So they want me, they said now you don't stay in India, get out of India. And yeah, they asked us to release, and they have warned us strictly to not stay, and that's why one of my uncle is not even here, who was with me. So he is afraid and he is staying out of Delhi, escaping.
You keep saying that India is Vasudev Kutumbakam. You keep tom-tomming all the time that Article 21 rights, India has a humane constitution, Article 21 rights applies to everybody, citizen and non-citizen. And yet you are saying that no, they have no rights. They have, you can treat them as you want. You can torture them. You can push them across the border. You can drop them in the sea. I mean, what have we descended to? Are we living in a civilized country anymore? This is totally uncivil behavior, both on the part of the government as well as on the part of the courts. I have to say this.
जो फॉर्म बांध की दरिया में रस्सी लगा के फेलेंग से तो समंदर में फेंक दिया, ये बोली थी। फिर अभी तक उसी दिन तो खबर भी नहीं मिला। मगर ऐसी नहीं होना चाहिए। सारा ले जा इकट्ठा से, इतना बर्मा वाले से इतना है रिफ्यूजी, इतना सारा जहाँ ले जाना है इकट्ठा कर ले जाना तो पड़ेगा। मगर जिंदगी में पहले बार यही सुना, समंदर में फेंक दिया। मगर ये करना नहीं चाहिए। हम तो इंसान है ना।
हम कानून तरफ तो चलता है, हम कानून का हलम नहीं चलता। हाँ, भारत का जमीन मेरा, भारत का याद करता रहूँगा, भारत का शुक्रिया अदा करते रहूँगा। हम जब तक हम जाएंगे, भारतवासी का आशीर्वाद धन्यवाद दे के चले जाएंगे। हमको इतना जुल्म ना करो, जैसे बाहू में मेरे बेटे की, जवान बेटे की इज्जत लूटो, ये अपने देश में भी नहीं होगा ऐसा। मुझसे बर्मा में छीन नहीं पाया। बर्मा में मेरे इतना खरा मेरे बेटी मुझसे छीन नहीं पाया, यहाँ से कैसे छीन गया, ये मुझे पता चला।
They were taken to the airport. From there, they were airlifted by Indian Army aircraft and taken to an island. Later, it was disclosed that it is a Andaman and Nicobar Island, Port Blair. So from there, they were taken to naval ships, and they underwent interrogations. Like, they were accused of Pahalgam attack, that they were involved in the Pahalgam attack, Kashmir Pahalgam attacks. So from there, and my brother was beaten very badly. I have a recording. I know what I faced, and I would pray that nobody face it. And they were like scolding me that you are not, you are a Pakistani, you are involved in Pahalgam attacks. They were accusing me of that, and I said, no sir, I am not Pakistani. You have my refugee cards. I have given them my refugee cards. Sir, please see, this is verified by UN, United Nations. They don't give it simply to anyone. If you go, they will not give you.
What would they do with that United Nations card?
They were not saying it. They are saying that I am Pakistani. There is no tear in my eyes. There is not a single night that I did not cry. I don't know. I cannot express the pain which I get. And to be honest, 5 members from my family has been taken and deported. My parents, my brother, mother-in-law, and my younger brother was beaten very badly. So when I remember all this, so I cannot stay peacefully.
From the ship, they were taken to boats, and from there their eyes were blindfolded.
They were blindfolded, their hands were bounded, and so they were in that condition for around 3 to 4 hours. Later on, like, they were given life jackets and thrown into the water, and they had to themselves swim to the shore. But how long they had to swim for, I did not receive any information about this from my brother. I cannot say about this. So, but as much as he have told me, this is how the deportation took place. Like with 3 police officers, they are trained and they are drunk. So who would dare to go? So he did not go, and they started beating me. Call your brother, or else we'll break you. They hold my this hand, and this was still I have here pain. So they tried to break me. They break this hand. So they were saying, call your brother, or else we'll beat you. And they were beating me with iron rods on my thigh. And it is still I can just feel the pain. And from hostel village to my police station, they were just slapping, beating, scolding me, and they were saying bad about Christianity. They asked, what is your religion? I said, my religion is Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. And they were just scolding, like they were saying bad about Jesus. Like you are not born Christian. I said, yes, I am. I am Christian since we were in Myanmar. Even I don't know that I am Muslim, because from when I come to know anything, I know that we are Christians. So they were saying, no, you were first Hindu, and then you converted again to Muslims, and again now you converted to Christianity. So they were calling my parents, my wife in front of me. So I cannot say anything. They would ask, is it? And like they would call and say bad things about my family, and they will say, is it true? If I keep quiet, they start slapping me again. And I have to say yes. My weakness. I cannot say no. If I say no, they started beating me again.
ये गलत नहीं होगा, बिल्कुल गलत नहीं होगा मेरे लिए।
वहाँ का लाइफ ज़्यादा अच्छा था
बहुत, मेरे सब कुछ है।
एकदम आप इतने सालों से आपके दादा परदादा उधर रहे होंगे। हम
कभी जिंदगी में किसी की गुलामी भी नहीं करते।
नहीं, बराबर। तो
बर्मा में हम इतना दौलत है हमारे पास, क्यों? अपना चौधरी को क्या रखता है अपना। ये मेरा नाम मोहम्मद इस्माइल है। मैं भारत में आया हूँ 2017 में हूँ, और मेरे देश में दंगा हुआ था, वहाँ पर घर बारी जला दिया था। मैं इसलिए भारत में ईसा का हाथी से शरण लिया। 8 साल मेरे को कोई परेशानी नहीं मिली, लेकिन 8 साल के बाद आज मुझे जवान भेज मुझे छीन के चला गया। शादी है 20 तारीख में इसके, मैं इसके इंतज़ार कर रहा हूँ 20 तारीख कब आई। आज मेरे भी जवान बेटी मुझे छीन के ले गया। उसका बाप नहीं है, बचपन से बाप नहीं थे। उसका माँ का गर्भिता में है। दुनिया में बाप ही नहीं देखा इनने। मैं छोटों से बचपन से बूंद धो के बड़ा करा हूँ।
आपकी बच्ची है वो? जो
मेरी बेटी है।
आपकी बेटी
है? हाँ, बहन का बेटी है। बहन का बेटी है। वो माँ बाप नहीं देखा दुनिया में। बहुत परेशान हूँ मैं। यहाँ से ले कहाँ ले गए इंफॉर्मेशन भी नहीं मिल रहा मेरे को। अगर मेरे बेटी मेरे बहन भी कसूरवान हो, उसको सजा दिया, फांसी दिया जाए। फांसी देने का मेरे लाश तो मिट्टी देने मेरा फर्ज बनता है। छः तारीख 8 बजे ले गया था इसको बायोमेट्रिक के चक्कर में। तो दोबारा यानी बायोमेट्रिक दे, हम तो बायोमेट्रिक पहले दे चुका हूँ। इसके आगे 10-15 दिन आगे दे चुका हूँ पूरा पेमेंट। जैसे बहाना लगा के ले गया, तो ये तो मुझे क्या पता। हम तो जिस टाइम सरकार बुलाया तब हाजिर है। क्यों? हम तो ऐसी है, परदेसी है, रिफ्यूजी है। हम तो शरण लेके बैठा। हम तो सरकार जो बोलेगा वही मानना पड़ेगा। हम तो हाजिर है उसको मानने का। ऐसे नहीं है ना, किसी को बच्चा बाहों से छीन के ले जाए, समंदर में फेंक दे, ये बुरा, ये अच्छा नहीं है। ये इंसान है ना, इंसान है वो, जानवर तो है ही नहीं।
जिस दिन वहाँ दरिया में फेंक दिया, उसी दिन एक मछली वाला का फोन से एक बात किया था। हम यहाँ इंडोनेशिया का बॉर्डर में फेंक दिया, समंदर में क्या बांध के फेंक दिया, रोसी टांग की। उसी दिन एक बात सुना था, फिर अभी तो कुछ भी नहीं सुना।
So today the report has come about some words used by another bench of the Supreme Court, saying to a Tamil refugee probably from the Jaffna area, saying that India is not a dharamshala. And that word is very actually important for us to understand, because if you look at our history of migration and even refugee migration, Indians have used America like a big dharamshala for many, many decades. It was a dharamshala. We went there, we asked for jobs, we asked for protection, and we got it for many years, not now with Trump, but earlier. For many years we went to Canada and got the protection of the dharamshala there, talking metaphorically. And the Sikhs after the Sikh riots, after KPS Gill started his killing in the Punjab, and after the genocide happened in Delhi, the Sikhs were welcomed in Canada in very large numbers. Even Sikhs with criminal background, because the government would say, this person has been fighting against the government. Even they were accepted into Canada. And look at the situation in America, they've risen to very high levels. Look at the situation in Canada where they've gone. Look at the situation in the UK where earlier the government was like a dharamshala opening its doors to India. So what is this dharamshala chakkar? I can't understand. The Tibetans came here. Nehru opened the doors of India to Tibetans in the tens of thousands. And I think he went halfway when the Dalai Lama was coming into India, had crossed the border. He had a special guard to have the dharamshala come into India, and he went halfway to meet the dharamshala and escort him to India. What a glorious history we have. The history of a powerful nation. Not in terms of guns and so on, but powerful in terms of its human rights thinking. Confident in the world that we might be a developing country when we got independence, but look at what a great country we are in terms of our ideas and values. So the Dalai Lama came and the Tibetans came and so many people came. This dharamshala comment came in terms of a Tamilian. He told the court, sir, I'm a refugee because I'm a Tamilian. And it's true that in the northern parts of of Sri Lanka, many people are being ostracized and many people are being persecuted. Tamil persecution is going on still. Less than what it used to be, but it's going on still. And the court said this is not a dharamshala. It pained me to hear these words. I mean, courts are courts. I suppose they're overburdened, they don't know the subject of refugee rights and all that, but that's not a very good excuse for saying things.
Before this month, in February, there was a biometric process. Before they call us, they have given a file to fill up the form. It's around 5 pages of the file. So we fill all the details and then submit it to the police. And then later again they come and they say you have to go for the biometric. So we have gone to the Dwarka DCP office. So then we have registered our name, identifications, and then all our biometric as well, the 10 fingers. There we have noticed a number which is called e-prisoner number. E-prisoner number. Yeah. So we noticed, we're shocked and surprised. Why this e-prisoner number? Then we also, it might be our mistake. So we have shared I personally share with my brothers, my cousin's brother, and I say, there might be my mistake. Whenever your turn comes, so please see if there is true e-prisoner's number or not. They have also come and they have seen that it is truly that e-prisoner's number. From that day on, we have doubt that we might be detained or we are deported, because e-prisoner's number is especially they are doing for criminal record. And at that day where we were doing all this biometric, many other criminals also came and then they are also doing the same record as we are. So they are sending to the jail, but we were staying there, and then later they have sent us. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, it might be 26 February or something like that. Last year and the previous years it was open. So basically it was the process that they are doing interview. On 6th of May, as my parents and our relatives, they were detained. So there was no news until 9th. 9th of May. So in the evening, like 8th of May, 3 police officers, I think it might be many, but I found 3. So they came searching me and one of my brother. So like also they come with the same pretext of the biometric verification. So my parents were also taken with the same purpose. We were afraid. We don't know what happened next. So on 8th evening, they came searching me and my brother. So I was in the hospital with my wife. She just went through miscarriage. She was admitted in the hospital. It's near. So, and they have called me. They have continuously called through our landlord. From the way they called me, so they were like they have pulled out my hair. They were touching my head, my hair, and dragging me here and there on the ground. And there were 3 officers. So both 3 of them were beating me on the road. I think if the government is interested, so there can be some CCTV footage also, like from the house that I'm beaten near. So there are some CCTVs also. So the 3 officers were beating me on the street, like they punches and they were slapping and they pluck out, like they pull out most of my hair. Like even today, like after coming from the station, like for 3 days, for 3 to 4 days, I wasn't able to comb my hair because of the pain that they have pulled out my hair. So after beating on the street, the police van came and they put me in the police van. So, and in the back of the van, they have some iron rods like this much long and bigger than my thumb. So just one police officer, he was sitting with me in the back. So he took the iron rods. He asked me to call my brother. He said, call your brothers or else we will break your hands. And he was beating me from my back. I have some marks also, like he was beating me with the iron rods. Like the marks of the punches and the slaps, there is no mark because it cannot be like, it is not it is only which I just can feel the pain, but there is no marks to show. But there is mark with which they beat me with iron rods, so there are marks. So from all the way through from hostel to my police station, they kept scolding and beating me. So when I reached my police station, it was like 3 p.m. in the morning, 9. So till then we did not have any news about where my parents were. So I was like, I was like mentally tortured. I don't have any news about my parents, and I don't know what will happen to me. They were beating me brutally. Like I was like, my mind was not working at all. I don't know what to say, what to think. Even when they asked my name, I was like, sure, what to say, I don't know. So in the station, they have also, they said, now sit down, like straight your leg. And they were beating me on my feet, on my sole of my soul. They have a rod, not iron, but it is of plastic. Like we have some pipe water line, so which like for water we give. So we did this much big, so they were beating me on my feet. So I cannot suffer it. So when I removed my legs, like there were 3 officers again, then 2 of them were standing on my legs, 1 on each leg, so that I cannot move my leg. So the other person was beating me. So like I know that they have beating me like I think 3 to 5 stick, but after that I don't know, like my leg was not conscious, so I could not feel the pain anymore. So and they have asked me to jump after beating me on my feet. They have asked me to jump, so it is impossible, and they have started again beating me, and they have made me naked. They asked me, they said, I will count up to 10, and if you cannot if you cannot take off all of your clothes, you know what we'll do. And they were counting me, and I have to, like there was no single clothes on my body. They were they have made me to take off all my clothes, and they said now, so this is after beating me, so they have asked me to again do a squat. They said straight your hands and now do squat, stay in the squat position. So they have beaten me on my thigh, they have stand on my legs, so it was paining.
Were you in the squat position?
So they said now we'll count out to 20. You have to stand still. If you move, if you stand or sit, will beat. So I could rarely go 4 and 5. They beat again. Now do again. They count again from 1. So it was in the like when there was a clock in the station. So I was caught in the night 2 a.m. in the morning. So it will basically count 9th of May. But they have come to search me in the 8th of May. So the night they were like all night they were searching me. So when I reached the station, after beating and when they were tired, so they said now sit down. So when I saw a clock and it was like almost 4 a.m. in the morning. So and they were I don't know what to say, like I think I am a man, that's why I was not able to cry, but I know what I faced.
मैं आज तलक पुकारा मुझको, मैं मरण तलक पुकारूंगा मेरे जान चले जाते चले जाए, मैं जान पर कोई परवाह नहीं, मैंने मार दो, मेरी इज्जत छीन गया, मैंने बर्मा से कैसे शहर से मुंह से भी लेकर आया, मुझसे यहाँ से कैसे छीन गया, भारत में मुझे कैसे छीन गया, मैं जंगल से शहर से मुंह से भी बचा के लेकर आया हूँ।
कैसे हालात से आए आप?
बहुत बुरा हालत से आया मैं, किसके बताऊँ ये दुख, मैं तो सपना भी नहीं देखा हूँ भारत में आगे रहूँगा, खाऊंगा, पीऊँगा, मैं तो मजबूरी में शरण लगा हूँ। मेरा बात भी होता ना, मैं बचपन से कहाँ बड़ा हूँ, जुआन कहाँ हूँ, शादी कहाँ करा हूँ, मुझे हर पल में याद आता है, कदम कदम में याद आता है, लेकिन मजबूरी है, मेरा मजबूरी है, जा नहीं पा रहा हूँ अपने वतन में। मैं देख रहा हूँ मेरे वतन में कब मैं लौटूँ, कब लौटूँ।
वहाँ पे क्या काम करते थे?
वहाँ पे मैं गाड़ी चलाता था, अपना गाड़ी।
पूरा हम यहाँ शरण बिहार से सारे लोग, फिर वहाँ से कादर से खनसिंह कुछ से भी उठाई है, फिर वहाँ विकासपुरी से भी उठाई है, ये वन वाली यहाँ नहीं आई थी। फिर हम लोग जाके वहाँ बोली थी आ जाएगी, सब्र तो करो, हम लोग भी पता नहीं है कहाँ ले गया, कहाँ होगा, क्या हो गया, किसी ने ले गया, हमको भी पता नहीं, वही जवाब दिया। ये तेरे ससुर सेफ्टी में है, फिर शाम फिर कल आ जाएगा सुबह, ये बता दिया। फिर सुबह 10-11 बजे सुनी थी, पता नहीं वहाँ से कहाँ ले गया, पहले डिस्पेंसरी बोली थी ना, डिटेशन बोली थी ना, फिर वहाँ से पता नहीं उठा कि कपड़ा भी बदल लिया, जो अपने बदल में कपड़ा था वही भी उतार लिया, फिर दूसरा कपड़ा यहाँ टीका लगा वाला कपड़ा पहना दिया, फिर वहाँ उठा ले गया, ये बताई थी।
Time to time we give our records to CID and the police, but this time it was the first time that we faced this drive. I don't know what to say, but there was no any notice, there was no any alarm. They just come, they say this for biometric. My mom did not take her medicine, so throughout the journey, around 2-3 days, she's without medicine. So when I think although she may alive, but I'm not sure whether she's in how like her well-being, how is her condition now. We have a picture with the police. They have clicked our picture. Yeah, they can verify who is the police, who is like deporting you. If they try, of course they can, but they are not doing. So I think I will not say it is a fail, like they fail to do. Might be they don't want to do.
The police took a video footage of them. So this is how it was. And from Uttamnagar area, they took 2 people and they were also released. But the first man who was taken at night was beaten very badly. Some Indian source, and they said we cannot imagine how a human can treat another human in this way.
So even the landlady was saying they are living in my building since they came India. They are earning for themselves. They are not involved in any conflict, any quarrel, even with neighbor. So, but they don't listen. They were not listening. They just, and in the station, so it was morning, and there was another Indian guy. He's an 18 years old when I talked with him. After beating in the morning, I talked with him. So they handcuffed him on his leg, and they handcuffed me on my right hand, and they were saying like to the Indian person, he was accused of stealing mobiles, robbing mobiles. So the police were saying to that person, you are Indian, you are our child, you are our beta, but he is not. He is not Indian. He is like a terrorist or Pakistani. So he doesn't deserve to be like handcuffed same. So his head should be under your feet. So all night I was like a handcuff and his legs were on my head. So this was like brutally. They were scolding me, they were beating me, and I don't know how I have managed to survive. When I think of it now, still I have pain here in my hands. I cannot even move one of my right toe. They were beating me, so they don't care what it fails. So it was on the one like my two right toe. So even I cannot move it, my leg. So one they have and in the morning they have taken like in the night. So it went like 4:30 up to 4:30. They didn't went just like that. Yeah, and the shift changes. So another officer came. So another officer came and they went. So I was able to sit and take some rest. So and the officer before while they were these three officers were there. So I asked for water. They were beating me and I was thirsty. My throat was dry. I asked for water, but they said no, you are not allowed to drink. But when the shift changed, another officer came. All the officers are not bad, but and when I asked him, they said, why did they brought you? Like when these three people go, three officers went, another officer came, he was talking with me, he said, why you are brought here? Why did they beat you like this? And I said, no, I'm like this. I'm a refugee from Myanmar, and they are accusing me of Pakistanis, and I was involved in Biometric. But trust me, I'm not there. So, and he was kind enough, and he gave me water when I asked. So, I would say not all the officers are bad, but there are some to be praised. So that's what I'm doing. Like he is good enough, and he gave me water, and he allowed me to go to the washroom. So, and in the morning, I was there, and one of my uncle from he's also Rohingya Christians. Yeah. So they have took him in the morning, 9th. So I saw him, and he said that he was also being like misbehaved. They have scolded him very much, and he was there. And from morning there was no torture more, and because the shift was changed, maybe they would even come next evening or sometime. But and in the daytime, there was an officer, SI, sub inspector. He was just filling some forms for deporting us, I and my uncle. He said, we will deport you. And we were saying, like, we are only two people. Will you deport us alone? We two. They said, no, there are more people in detention center. So you will meet your friends there. And we were saying, like, I was saying that I have my wife and she just went through miscarriage. And they were misbehaving. Like, that time those officers were not there. So, and I was saying that she cannot move even. So how will she survive here? How will she stay here without me? So it would be good if you can just please. I was begging them to release me, so they did not. And he filled the form. He asked my details and my uncle's details, who are living with you, who were like, what was your occupation in Myanmar? What are you do? What is your occupation here? They have filled the form, both of our form for deportation. And in the evening, like this went all like from morning to like 3 or 4 a.m. p.m. evening. So in the evening, these three officers, who took me from hostel. So one officer came and he took us, me and my uncle, to DDU, Dindiyal Hospital. So they just did a medical, but we do not know for what it was. But now we know that it was they were releasing. So they wanted to release, so they were doing a medical. They did not ask anything. The doctor did not ask anything. They just say, what is your scar? And they just see our hands, not our bags, my bags. So there was mark, but they did not say it. They just gave, I just know that they have to, my both thumb print. They just said, put it here. And I was there, and they filled the form by themselves. There was no check.